it do, what it do, what it do. You already know what's going on. Just say it with me. It's yours truly, Mr. Taliaferro. We're back with a little bit of content, on-camera content. T.I. Clifford Harris, who's never short for a comment, was recently doing an interview. And by the way, salute to T.I. He got a new podcast out, the Expeditiously podcast. I'm going to check that bad boy out. I know he got an interview with Thug that I want to see. T.I. was recently, I believe, promoting his podcast on the West Coast with Big Boy in the neighborhood. And T.I. gave his comments on Tekashi 6ix9ine. Now, T.I., and this has been my thing with T.I. I feel like T.I. says the comments are what everyone else is saying, right? Usually that's where he goes. But to give T.I. credit this time around, the OG went the other way when asked about Tekashi 6ix9ine, who's obviously in court this last week and some of next week as well, telling on some of his former non-Trey gang members, even though he probably was never really a part of the gang, he was getting extorted. So I'm going to play this clip from T.I.'s interview with Big Boy on what he believes will happen to 6ix9ine when he gets home. It's a little different from what everyone else is saying.
Back to the hood.
I don't think they care enough about him.
He cannot go back to the hood after snitching.
Protection. Yes, he can. That's
After
what you don't
snitching?
understand. Yeah, man.
How?
It's a bunch of rats walking around right now. And that's the thing. And that's the thing that really hurt. That would really hurt. They ride around with somebody who they know done told in they hood right now. Just because, well, he tell on me. You know what I'm saying? This cat could come home and throw parties. And the party be popping. It be full.
Right.
So if motherfuckers want to fuck with rats, how in the hell is this party so packed?
Yeah.
And everybody know how cuz came home. Everybody know what happened. So
those are Tip's comments, and if you follow my platform, you know I say maybe 2 weeks ago I knew Tekashi was about to hit the stand, right? So I started teasing this content because I knew it was going to be a hot talking point in the culture. It's the biggest story in the culture this week, right? I started asking the question, I wonder if this dude Tekashi not only going to come home and feel safe, though he snitched, I wonder if this dude going to try to have a rap career. So I thought this was the most entertaining conversation anyway, and the fact that it's picked up some steam on social media this week just adds to it. So I'm actually going to go against the grain. Here's my opinion. And by the way, you got Sauce Walka. Shout out to Texas. He actually said T.I. and 6ix9ine working together with the FBI all the time. I don't think those comments going to go over well with T.I. But anywho, here's my comments on the situation. I feel like T.I. is wrong. I think 6ix9ine is going to be the target. See, I think what T.I. is saying is, generally speaking, correct. People do come home and have rap parties and all that. But I think 6ix9ine represents something that we don't like. See, certain niggas can't get away with other things, like certain things, right? We're getting rid of Tekashi for multiple reasons. Number one, he ratted. Number two, people feel like he slapped hip-hop in the face. So I personally believe, and I don't wish death on anyone, but I feel like somebody gonna make an example out of him just because they feel like it's what should be done. Because if this dude try to perform in your city, it is gonna literally be Tekashi versus whatever city he's in that night. Tekashi versus Houston. He in Houston performing. Every nigga in Houston gonna be like, bro, we can't have this right here. Tekashi versus Atlanta. Tekashi, hell, even in New York, Tekashi versus Brooklyn. Like, that's what it's going to turn into because this thing has picked up too much steam. You got audio of this man's testimony leaking. You got video of this man's testimony leaking. It's too hot. And I think somebody's going to make an example out of this young man, and that might cost him his life, unfortunately. I came from nothing, but I want everything God has for me. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I still represent the culture.
All the kids, they
tuned in. We locked in right now, Mr. Taliaferro.
Taliaferro.
Shout out to Mr. Taliaferro.
You're watching Mr. Taliaferro TV.
Mr. Taliaferro TV.